Alright, we're back for part 2. The Fierce Empath pulled up a Soul of the Harvest, so every creature he plays now is going to draw him a card and let him look through his library for another card off of Wild Pair. And Woodfall Primus came down and blew up a Creeping Tar Pit over on Robin 88's side of the board. And Silvos is going to play his 2 forests. These allowed this turn because of Oracle of Moldiah. And top of his library is showing an Orochi Sustainer. Let's see, both of those have come out already. Alright, and here's a Soul Warden, so now every creature he plays will be giving him a life as well. So he's going to draw a card, search for a creature, Girth of 2. And this is Commander, love it or hate it. The single turn that lasts for 10 minutes while a million things go on. I tend to be the guy that lets them do that and then just plays, a planar cleansing or something like that on my turn. I really do not care for complicated board states, and that sort of seems to be Commander's bread and butter. But it's a format that has a lot of cool things you can do in it, and it has a way to appeal to a lot of different players. But this sort of crazy million things going on every time you play a guy thing just seems very self-indulgent to me. I mean, it's interesting to watch him develop his board over there, but it just doesn't seem like it can be all that fun for the other players. I mean, especially, if let's say Slug 360 sitting over there with a Day of Judgment or something like that. And he's just going, yes, fine, get it over with. Just get back around to me. But if he doesn't, I don't know who's going to be able to stop Silvos here. 5-color Slivers down there is only on 2 mana. Looks like he can vial something in at 3. You would think if he had a Harmonic Sliver he could vial in. That probably would have happened quite a while earlier in this turn. I don't know what we're waiting on here. We're still waiting on this. It looks like we're still waiting on the last creature he played, the Orochi Sustainer. So a creature with Girth of 4 he can search for. Oh, we've got a Viridian Shaman, apparently, coming down to blow up the Aether Vial. Wow, yeah. And he's going to gain another life off of that Soul Warden. But yes, looking at this board here, yeah, obviously if there had been a Harmonic Sliver, that would have come down much earlier. So I don't know if he's going to be able to play anything off this Aether Vial, any 3-color slivers or not. But he's definitely at least a couple mana right now away from being able to do anything about this ridiculousness over here. Robin 88 could be packing a Damnation. Probably the best hope for the rest of the board right now. If anyone wants to stop Silvos from taking over. Silvos is 68 cards left in his library to 88 and 86 for everybody else. So he's just from that Wild Pair, basically about 20 cards deeper into his deck than everybody else. Plus the Oracle of Moldiah effects, etc., etc. Again, this is never underestimate mono green. If you sit down at the table with mono green, keep your eye on them. Alright, Armor Sliver comes down here, and there's so nothing relevant about that. There's just facing down this horde of mana over here. Oh my, okay. Beast Within taking out the Volcanic Island, pretty much killing the only hope I had for this turning into much of a game, which was Robin 88 having a Damnation. Or even a Black Sun Zenith would have done considerable work. Perhaps not quite enough, but would have undone much of Silvos' turn over there. I just don't know how the other players are going to get back in this thing. I mean, everybody else has got what look like slowly developing, reasonable, fair boards, and Silvos has just got every time I play something, I can find a new thing and gain a life and draw a card, and I've got so much mana I can cast everything I draw. I mean, I don't know what to stop this guy from just taking over this game right now. The arrow sliver is still on the stack, and Silvos is going to gain a life off of super secret Tex arrow sliver. One of the problems with Tribal Commander from the deck construction perspective is it's really hard to get to that 33 creature total sometimes. You wouldn't think that it would be, but when you actually get into it, you're like, holy smokes. And you realize how deep you have to go into the tribe to find 33 playable creatures sometimes. And I certainly wouldn't call Armor Sliver one of the more playable slivers of all time, but I suppose it's not terrible. Alright, Watery Grave coming in. Tap for Robin. So, I wonder if Slug does indeed have Wrath of Gods. It does seem a little incongruent with Gaddock Teague, but packing a board wipe is always a reasonable backup in any deck in Commander. And that's really where we're at in this game. Unless somebody has something to take care of this. I mean, I guess the army isn't immediately overwhelming. The big issue is the Wild Beast Master. If he has a way to pump the power of that Wild Beast Master somewhere in his deck, and Lord knows he'll have plenty of chances to draw into it or tutor for it. But if he has some way to pump the power of that Wild Beastmaster, this army is going to come pretty close to one-shotting anyone it wants. Eladamri's Call is going to search for a creature card. Ooh, now that's a little interesting. Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. That good one here from Slug. That's going to take care of a goodly chunk of Silvos' army, including that Wild Beastmaster. And the Oracle of Moldiah will also go bye-bye, as will the Fauna Shaman. Alright, nice. Okay, we actually have a game now. Let's see. Soul of the Harvest is still over there, so he's still drawing a card whenever a creature enters the battlefield, and he will draw that even if it immediately dies from Elish Norn. Silvos goes, yeah, he should have taken out the Gaia's Cradle. But again, I think it was reasonable to think that Robin88 might have had a Damnation, which is certainly what I thought when he took out that third land, is that, yes, he's not going to get to 4. But the possibility of Slug having Elish Norn hadn't crossed my mind, but it certainly makes a game out of it now. Puts Slug in particularly good position. Silvo's probably not going to have any direct way to get rid of Elish Norn. Woodland Guidance. It's an interesting one. You don't see much. Oh, okay, he's going to get back Beast Within. Yep. But he can take out the Elish Norn of that. But the damage is already done. He lost most of his army here. Now, what remains is still pretty formidable. The Sashi, allowing every one of these shamans to tap for 2, means he still has quite a bit of mana left here to work with. He's still tutoring for a card whenever he plays a guy. He's still drawing a card whenever he plays a guy from Soul of the Harvest. So he still has a fine board here, but it's not threatening to just immediately overwhelm anybody else. Alright, nobody won the clash. Silvos bottomed his land. Slug apparently deciding whether to bottom his land or not. I think you get the option to leave it on top, don't you? Yeah, you do. So Slug apparently forgot his clash trigger, that he had to top or bottom the card. And Slug keeps his catacombs. Alright, so Beast Within is going to take out Elish Norn, but again, the damage has already been done. And let's see. We got some Shamans tapping for mana over here. Let's see if Silvos has another play. Eternal Witness, very nice. In Tribe as a Shaman. And definitely a commander staple. Card I liked playing with quite a bit in Modern, earlier in the Modern format, when I felt there was a little more you could do. I tend to have a penchant for these sort of dirtily mid-range rock decks that like this kind of guy. Alright, so he's going to be able to search for a creature of girth of 3. He is also going to draw a card. And what is he returning with the... Oh, he's going to get back the Wild Beastmaster. So once again, Wild Beastmaster will be sitting over there threatening to potentially take over the game if he can do something with it. Now, the Llanowar Augur would be his only onboard way to boost the power of the Wild Beastmaster. See, that would get everything to 3, give it power 4, so everybody else would get +4/+4. This guy has Trample, so potentially setting up for a big turn next turn. See how that would be 10, 15, 25, 29, 33, 37, maybe just short of being able to one-shot, say, the Sliver player out of the game if he doesn't have anything. Again, that's a big if. And also keeping in mind that Robin88 could still get to 4 lands and have some kind of board wipe effect. I mean, he's playing zombies after all. They're just as fine in his graveyard as they are on the battlefield in many ways, and so one would expect that Robin88's deck includes a few board wipes. I'm going to leave you with... We're going to take the rest of Silvos' turn here, and then I will pause and compress this part and come back for part 3. Robin88, oh my god, I want to sleep. Yeah, there was apparently some problem in round 1. I wasn't here for it. Apparently caused some sort of delay, or they had to replay the entire round, and then Robin88 and Malum were in some sort of epic battle that lasted from 1:18 my time until a little bit after 3, or just before 3, so at least 90 minutes. And so it took an awful long time to get to the final table here. I was not playing, so it was not my fault this time. Last time I caused a crash in round 2 with a intuition. I intuitioned, realized I didn't have the cards that I needed in my library to keep me in the game, and scooped. But unfortunately, I scooped with the intuition search ability still on the stack, which crashed the whole darn game. A mistake I will not make again. But that was a few months ago. I don't know what the difficulties were this time. All right, I'm going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back for part 3.